Hello everybody and welcome to Mark Goldbridge, That's Football. Today I react to my Premier League predictions from the start of August. Player of the Year, Young Player of the Year, who's going to win the title, who's going to get relegated. There's some wins, there's some L's, but I'm wearing the boss top because I actually think I've done well. But I've not watched all of it yet, so I've purposely not looked at relegation and top four prediction. But I know I've got some things right and I've got some things wrong. No FIFA today, unfortunately. The left hand is injured, so I'm hoping to be back fit tomorrow afternoon for FIFA. But paper cut, it's very sore and it's just irritating. I mean, I don't even need a plaster on it. You probably can't even see it. I don't even need a plaster on it. But when I'm holding the controller, it's just irritating. You know, it's like an Arsenal tweet. It's just annoying, and I don't need that. And I need to be focused. So the paper cut has stopped that, but it's allowed me to do something that I'm very, very excited about. So without further ado, let's start playing this video. Now, what I would say is that the video comes back. It comes in at a time when I don't know why I didn't do it in the studio or in a good setup, but I decided to do it just sat there being a lazy arse. But it's not about that. It's about the audio. So let's listen in. Come on. Yes! Rocket! That's not the one. That's not the one. Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. It's the Mark Goldbridge Premier League preview where we'll be talking about the season ahead, expectations and where we think everyone's going to finish. And it's interesting because I had planned to do this a little bit earlier, but the title was always going to be Liverpool's title and Manchester United fifth. We'll be talking about the top six, but Liverpool are smashing Norwich out the park at the moment, and that's not why I think Liverpool are going to be the title winners this season. I felt it all season. And in many ways, all summer. And in many ways, I think Liverpool's chances last year were probably better. But I think that I just have this feeling. That Liverpool are going to be as consistent as they were last year. And Man City at some point are going to become less consistent. I've just got to jump in there and say, bloody hell, this was at the start of August. Like, literally, I did that video at the time Liverpool were playing Norwich. The first game of the season, I think, was a Friday night, wasn't it? And I'd said it previously, but this was the preview. This was the Premier League preview. Liverpool are going to win the league because I feel that Man City are not going to be as consistent. Now, Man City had just been ultra consistent. They just won the title from Liverpool by a point, being ultra consistent. And yet here I am saying I think Man City are not going to be consistent this season, and I think Liverpool will be, which is, you know, a lot of people didn't agree with me. Some of you did, but a lot of people didn't. And I just saw it coming. And I was right, because Man City have not been consistent this season, but Liverpool have. So anyway, let's listen to more of this genius person. Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. It's the Liverpool are smashing Norwich out the park at the moment. I just have this feeling. That Liverpool are going to be as consistent as they were last year. And Man City at some point are going to become less consistent. So yeah, I mean, look, to start off with, I don't want it to happen. To be honest with you, I want Spurs to win the league. I think they're the most inoffensive club. Burnley have got no chance, Max Aspin. Fuck off, Burnley. But I think that, look, I would love Spurs to win the title. And they have added players. I mean, let's talk about that starting off. When the season ended last year, you've got City title winners by 1 point. You've got Spurs and Chelsea. Well, Chelsea in third. Spurs bottled it for fourth. Still got fourth. Arsenal in fifth and United in sixth. How have those clubs improved over the summer to improve where they finished last season? Well, look, United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs, it was quite close between them. Then there was a big gap to Liverpool and Man City, and they were very close with 1 point. You look at Man City. I was going to pause it here. I don't like where I'm going. I can read myself quite well. I only know what I predicted for Player of the Year and what I did for title. I don't like where this is going. I'm bigging up Spurs, and the win I got for Liverpool could be slightly tainted by where I'm going with Spurs here. Rodri and Cancelo. I'm not convinced that massively improves Man City. It gives them more depth, but Cancelo, is he better than Kyle Walker? Probably, but you know, it's not a massive upgrade. It's just an upgrade that Pep wants, and that's what he gets with that owners. I want this, I get it. And with Liverpool, look, their improvement in their squad isn't that significant. However, the signing of Adrian is probably a very good signing, looking with Alisson going off injured. And they have got a good squad. I've said to Liverpool fans, you should have gone and bought in a top quality player. Look, Bruno Fernandes was available. Maybe he would have been good for you. But just to keep everybody on their toes, to bring a top quality player
I'm so glad Liverpool didn't get Bruno Fernandes, by the way.
in, a club like Liverpool shouldn't really be having a no-spend summer. So I think Liverpool should have made maybe an 80 million signing just to keep everybody on their toes, because it's good to do that. You might not feel that you need to sign somebody, but it's good to do that because it keeps people on their toes. But I still think Liverpool have got a good squad. Spurs, well, they've had a very good summer, and they could have had an even better summer. I think the signing of the summer, I said it a couple of weeks ago, I felt that Ndembele was going to be hard to beat.
Oh my
God.
God.
And I stick by it. I think Ndembele was the signing of the summer, and I think if he can show the form he's shown for Lyon, he's going to be a fantastic player for them.
Signing of the summer and Dembele. Well, this is an instant reaction. I did not know I went with that. If somebody said what my signing of the summer was going to be, I might have thought I might have gone Pepe and taken a bit of an L on that. But Dembele is signing of the summer. Oh my God! I mean, look, Dembele might end up being a good player, but that's a massive bad L there for me. Anyway, let's move on quickly.
Illa United says Wolves are going to win the league. Well, we'll talk about Wolves, Leicester, Everton and Watford in a moment, because I think that they are the next group of clubs beyond the top six. But Spurs, Ndembele, Lo Celso and Ryan Sessegnon, I mean, they've added 3 really good players to a very good squad.
Debatable.
That will happen. And also, I think Liverpool and Man City, even for the signings Spurs have made, they're still better sides. But I think that's your top 3 for you. And then moving into 4th place.
So there it is. I knew I was going down that road. My top 3 prediction was Liverpool, Man City, Spurs. Well, look, I predicted Liverpool to win the league, which not a lot of people did, to be fair. Man City second. A lot of people thought they would win the league. But Spurs in third. Well, I couldn't have been more wrong. They don't have the same manager. Most of their signings are flops, and they've got Jose Park the Bus Mourinho celebrating 6th. So, a little bit wrong on that one.
Look, United are in that race for top 4. They're in the race for top 4. Chelsea are in the race because they finished 3rd last year. And Arsenal are obviously
Leave
in
it
that
there.
race.
No, you've ruined it.
Looking at the transfer window, Chelsea, you've got a transfer ban, so you can't do anything about it. But in some ways, Chelsea didn't do too badly out that transfer window, because Pulisic was agreed in the summer, in January. Kovacic was on loan, so he just made permanent.
2 big players for Chelsea.
And then they've had a few players coming back on loan that actually, if they weren't on loan, they'd be good signings anyway. Kurt Zuma's come back from Everton. Tammy Abraham from Aston Villa. Batshuayi's come back as well. So, look, Chelsea were always going to never really struggle too much because they've got so many talented players on loan. New manager as well. They're probably going to get that bounce of that. So I don't think Chelsea are going to have the bad season people expect. Having said that, Eden Hazard is going to be a loss for.
It's interesting about Chelsea, isn't it? Because a lot of people predicted they'd have a bad season, and I'm basically saying there, with the loanees coming back like Abraham and the people like Pulisic and Kovacic that they'd brought in, and a new manager, I thought that they could do quite well. I was right. Thank you. Quick, move on.
Any team. Manchester United, they've sorted their defence out. Their midfield is somewhat question mark.
Yeah.
Pogba becomes even more important than he's ever been.
And
the forward line needs to score goals. Again, I think there are similarities between Manchester United and Chelsea, even though we had the money to spend.
And there still are, mate.
Arsenal, very surprising transfer window. Very positive transfer window for them. Look, the lad from Real Madrid's a good midfielder. They've retained everybody I think that they needed to. Like Torreira, I think he's still there. They've brought David Luiz in, who is, he is hit and miss, but he's better than anything Arsenal have got. Kieran Tierney, very, very good, talented left back. Can he do well down here? And Nicola Pepe added into the attack they've already got. On paper, Arsenal are stronger than they finished the season, and Emery is a good manager. So I think Arsenal, to me, I don't like to say this, but when you look at it logically, the top 3 are Spurs, City and Liverpool. I think Arsenal, as much as I don't want to say it, probably should be the favourites for 4th place.
Well, I'm going to defend myself here, because Arsenal did win the Premier League transfer window last summer, and everybody did. I mean, look, I had Robbie from AFTV, £500 bet will finish above you, and I took it, and obviously I've kicked his ass, but there was a lot of confidence that Arsenal would finish top 4. I mean, I've absolutely owned myself there by saying Emery's a good manager. Obviously, he was sacked by Christmas, so I've got 2 wrong there with Poch and Arsenal and Spurs doing well, but I think Arsenal have massively underachieved, and it's not that long ago that Arsenal fans and even I and a lot of people thought Arsenal would do well in the summer. So it just shows you what a bad season they've had, really.
Because they've had the better transfer window, they finished above United anyway, and Chelsea have lost Hazard and had the transfer ban. So I think Arsenal would be the team that fourth place is there for on paper. Having said that, do I think Arsenal will get fourth?
Say no. Say no.
I think United are going to finish fifth. I don't know who's going to get fourth. It will either be
United
Arsenal or
will get
Chelsea.
third.
So yeah, I think United are going to finish fifth. Relegation's going to be Norwich, Sheffield United, and Brighton.
Well, you got one right. I mean, look, Norwich, Sheffield United and Brighton. So Sheffield United were nowhere near relegation. And actually, to be fair, neither were Brighton. But, yeah, I'm quite surprised by that. That's why I've paused it. So Norwich I got right. And two of them I got wrong. Obviously, Watford and Bournemouth went down. Sheffield United, look, hands up. What a season. You know, I think Chris Wilder was a contender for Manager of the Year, what he did. And I think Potter did very, very well at Brighton. So I'm happy with my predictions for relegation of Norwich, Sheffield United and Brighton. And I just think, actually, I don't think I got it. Well, I did get it wrong. I got 2 out of 3 wrong. But I also think it shows the great job that Potter's done at Brighton and Wilder's done at Sheffield United, to be fair.
They're just not going to be strong enough for me.
You're right.
Unless there's a real surprise, I think it will be those 3.
They are going to surprise you.
Why is Liverpool going to win the league? Says Mr. Cheese. That's just my prediction. I just think that Liverpool will win the league this year. I don't want them to. I just think because it's going to be 30 years since they last won the league, I think that they will win it this year. I think they will. And top goal scorer as well. My top scorer.
Wait a minute, that's very profound words, isn't it? It's 30 years since they've won the league. I just think they're going to win the league. What did I know? What did I know? I probably knew more than I remember doing that at the time. And Liverpool fans were like, "You're jinxing it. We won't do it." I didn't want them to win the league. I just had the feeling for the first time in 30 years that they actually were. I've never felt Liverpool were going to win the league. So, yeah, I don't take any great credit in getting that right as a Manchester United fan. But look, I did get it right. Not a lot of people did. So what are we on to now? Top scorer? I don't know what I said for this. Hopefully Vardy. I doubt it though.
Scorer this season. I'm going to go with Aguero because I just think he's going to score a lot of goals, isn't he? So I'm going to go with Aguero. Player of the year.
Player of the year. Obviously, Vardy won top goal scorer of the season, and Aubameyang was second, and I think Danny Ings. I don't think Aguero was anywhere near it really, so I was miles off of that. But I presume Aguero probably had his normal couple of months out injured that he normally does, which normally stops him getting the Golden Boot every year. So, player of the year. I have seen this. I put the clip out yesterday, so. Oh yeah, I think, listen to this, I think I'm right. I think it should be the player of the year. Unfortunately, we're going to have sentimentality, milk monitor, let's be fair, vote for Jordan Henderson vote, which shouldn't be the case.
Player of the year only ever goes to a player that's like playing for a top club. I really think Wan-Bissaka's going to have a very good year for United. I know I'm biased, but I think he is going to have a good season. Right. So I think he might be young player of the year this year, Wan-Bissaka.
But he should be.
Player of the year. It's probably going to be a Liverpool or a Man City player. Outsider, Bernardo Silva. But probably, I think this might be the year Sadio Mane wins it, to be honest.
It should be.
That's my prediction.
You bloody should be.
Pogba player of the year. De Bruyne, says George Kyle, is a good shout. George is very learned. And I think he's probably just hit someone on the head there with that. And his name is Fanta Pants De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne is a good shout. If he can stay injury clear, that's the big thing with him. But De Bruyne is a very good shout. Hello, everybody, and welcome to
Well, that's it. We've done it there. Well done. Let's get me off for a moment. So, I predicted Liverpool would win the league. I predicted Man City would come second, but I said Spurs third and probably Arsenal fourth. Although I didn't really commit because I said United fifth, but I didn't know who was going to get fourth. So I was wrong. Right, very, very right on the title, which I think is the one to get right, isn't it? So I wouldn't say I'm proud of it, but I did get it right. Got the top 2 right, didn't get third and fourth right. Relegation, I got 1 out of 3. I said Norwich, Sheffield United and Brighton. And obviously it was Norwich, Watford and Bournemouth. Player of the year, I said Sadio Mane, but it should be him, but it won't be. George Kyle said De Bruyne, and I said, yeah, that's probably a good shout. And top goal scorer, I said Aguero. Obviously it was Jamie Vardy. So look, to be honest, compared to what a lot of people predict, I think I'm happy on my predictions. I'm not happy with my prediction because Liverpool did win the league. I wish I'd got that wrong. But, I think that's not too bad. And I think my player of the year prediction, although it won't be right, actually, morally is probably right. I think Mane probably should be player of the year. He, Everyone says De Bruyne, but look at Mane's contribution to Liverpool this season. They're miles ahead of everybody else, and you take Mane out of that team, I don't think Liverpool win the league. So, yeah, you know, I think that's not too bad. But look, give us a like. Make sure you subscribe. We're on the road to 200,000 subscribers. I hope you enjoyed the video. Something a little bit different for you as well. We will be back with FIFA tomorrow, but that's my Premier League reaction video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll speak to you all soon.